Okay, so I'm going to try to give you guys an example of what, like, how introverted thinking works right now. Okay, I'm going to try to do it right now, like the thought process. Let's see. What's something I want to make? And I'll just, like, speak out loud what my thoughts are, I guess. Alright, I want to make a song. Now, what do I want to make sure is in this song? I want to make sure it's new and original. What are some things that the bands that I've been listening to do that I like, that I might want to, um, adapt and kind of make my own? I like how some of the bands that I listen to use, um, like, genres of music as, like, the break from, like, the heavy parts of the song. They'll just throw in, like, a island sounding thing, or like circus sounding thing. Okay, how do you make part of the song sound like a circus? How do you even play that? What does that look like? Should I look up the tabs? No, I'm just gonna try to think about from what I know. Um, would it be kind of like uh, that whole tone scale thing? But you play the two notes that are right next to each other to make that dissonant sound, and maybe take that, and instead of doing a whole tone on that note, you do a whole step and then a half step, and actually just do like a major thing off of it while making it sound like you were going to do a whole tone. Or, okay, that sounds good, let's try that. Alright, now after we play that, let's see if the diminished whole halftone thing works there. No, it doesn't seem like it does. But what if we stack two strings do that on two strings, right, one that's right above and below each other, and use the same notes to where it crosses over between a whole and a half step, the same way it would if you were playing a major or minor scale, and then went off and then defined it as one or the other by how you go off from it. Okay, and then let's try it this way. Alright, now that sounds... that doesn't quite sound good, so let's actually just go ahead and use the major, the minor mode there, while leaving that it still has that mysterious sound, like it could have gone diminished, but since um, it didn't, then it's going to have that nice, kind of modal quality to it instead. Alright, so what do I want to do after that? That's the basic premise of the riff that I'm going to want to do. Now, let's go over some of the techniques I already know and try to put those there. Okay, there's a sweep. Okay, that sweep sounds too generic. I'm probably going to overuse that if I use that here. So, what do I do instead? Okay, let's try to work on the chords instead. Alright, let's go over the, it kind of works like that. You kind of just build and trial and error really quickly, I guess. Build concepts on top of concepts on top of concepts, scales on top of scales, whatever, until you come up with a new solution, I guess. So, and all the idea generation for the past, that'd be like the NE and the SI at work, the extroverted intuition, the SI. The extroverted intuition would be coming up with all the possibilities of things that could be done there, and then the introverted sensing is using the detail in the past things that I've done to place it there. And then lastly, after I get the structure of the song, I would use the little bit of extroverted feeling I have, or introverted feeling, or whatever, to kind of add this little bit of, like, how do I make this the most enjoyable possible for others instead of just me? And then maybe decide to add like a more common riff part to it, along with it being complex. So it has a simple and complex riff at the same time, which actually makes it more complex. Because usually, or at least that's how my thinking works, I guess. That may not actually be the case, but I'm assuming that most people are either at that point going to choose to make it really complicated or make it really simple. But I'm going to try to work the two together to put something that's simple and something that's complicated right next to it. So, yeah, that's my example for now for introverted thinking. Um, I guess, yeah, that's it. Later.